The potential of a bridge between Europe and Africa. Have you ever stopped to think how the world would change if there were a bridge connecting Europe to Africa? Believe it or not, only 14 kilometers separate Spain from Morocco at the Strait of Gibraltar, a distance so short that experienced runners could cover it during a single training session. But if you think this would be just another bridge, you're sorely mistaken. This could be one of the most revolutionary connections on the planet. Human and economic impact. With a direct link between the two continents, the flow of people and goods would skyrocket. We're talking about a bridge with the potential to benefit around 1.5 billion Africans and 740 million Europeans. That's right, nearly 2.3 billion people impacted by a single structure. This bridge would become a powerful symbol of global integration, connecting not just land masses, but cultures, economies, and ways of life. Tourism, a new horizon. Now imagine what this could do for tourism. In 2022 alone, Morocco was the second most visited country in Africa, generating nearly $9 billion in tourism revenue, and 70% of those visitors came from Europe. On the other side, Spain welcomed a staggering 94 million visitors in 2024, making it one of the most popular travel destinations in the world. Now picture all that movement happening without planes or long ferry rides. People crossing the continents by car, bus, or train, in just a matter of minutes. This would be a tourism revolution. Global trade, a new economic artery. Trade would benefit just as much, if not more. Africa is already the fourth largest trading partner of the European Union, with commercial exchanges reaching nearly $300 billion in 2019. But right now, most of that trade relies on slow, expensive cargo ships crossing the strait. A bridge equipped with freight train rails could speed up deliveries, lower transportation costs, and spark the creation of industrial zones on both sides of the strait. It would be like opening a new economic artery between the continents. More than steel and concrete. But this bridge would be more than just an engineering marvel. It would be a symbol of connection between civilizations, helping to reduce inequalities, boost international cooperation, and encourage cultural and social exchange like never before. In a world that often feels more divided than ever, a bridge between Europe and Africa would be a powerful gesture of unity. Geographical challenges that prevent this bridge from existing. Sure, the distance between Spain and Morocco may seem small, just 14 kilometers. But what separates Europe and Africa isn't just a short stretch of water. It's a geographic minefield that turns the idea of a simple bridge into one of the most difficult engineering challenges of our time. One of the busiest straits in the world. The Strait of Gibraltar functions like a global maritime highway. More than 120,000 ships pass through each year, nearly 7 times more than the Panama Canal. Ships of all sizes, including some of the largest cargo vessels on Earth, navigate this narrow channel daily. Now imagine dropping a massive bridge right in the middle of all that. A giant structure with towering pillars or suspension systems. It would either block or seriously disrupt maritime traffic. A height problem like no other. To allow these ships to keep moving, the bridge would have to be unbelievably tall. Take the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge in Japan, for example. It has a clearance of 65 meters, and it's one of the tallest in the world. But in Gibraltar, that height wouldn't be enough. Massive ships like the CMA-CGM Jacques Sade can reach up to 80 meters. That's the height of a 25-story building floating on water. We're talking about a construction challenge on a whole new level, one that would be extremely risky and astronomically expensive. Drawbridges? Think again. What if it were a drawbridge, you might ask? Well, that idea was considered, but quickly thrown out. Why? Because a ship passes through the strait every 5 minutes. Constantly raising and lowering the bridge would turn into a logistical nightmare. Picture endless delays, traffic jams, and a massive risk of collisions. Totally unworkable. Terrifying depths. And if all the problems on the surface aren't enough, what lies beneath the water is even worse. The seafloor at the Strait of Gibraltar is terrifying, even for experienced engineers. The shallowest parts are 365 meters deep. But in some areas, depths reach over 900 meters. To put that into perspective, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco spans waters that are just 100 meters deep. No bridge in the world today faces anything close to this kind of depth. Not even the deepest bridge ever built, the Padma Bridge in Bangladesh, which reaches just 127 meters below the surface. Unstable, unsafe ground. And it gets worse. The seafloor in the strait is made up of a type of soil known as quaternary clay, a material that's extremely soft and unstable. Trying to anchor massive foundations here would be like building a skyscraper on jelly. It would require enormous underwater excavation, special concrete resistant to pressure, reinforced support systems that cost a fortune, and even then, the risk of structural failure would be sky-high. Closing thought. So, the next time you glance at a map and wonder, why haven't they built a bridge between Europe and Africa yet? Remember this, the problem isn't the distance. It's the depth, the traffic, and what's hidden beneath the waves. Nature doesn't make it easy, not at the Strait of Gibraltar.